Hi everyone and welcome to this tutorial. My name is Barry Brandenburg and I'm Head of Product and Marketing at CFAX. In this fifth tutorial I will explain the organization page, which provides you the ability to allocate your cloud costs to the cost centers of your organization, set budgets and alerts, and share usage and cost data with budget holders. Let's have a look. The organization page, as you can see now, I've already configured the head office, the NL subsidiary, the US and the German and the UK subsidiary. If we look into the head office, we've configured different cost centers like the HR department, IT department, logistics, and production. We've assigned tags to those different departments allocating cost, set budgets and alerts, and shared this data with the applicable managers. If you were to look at the dashboard that provides insight into the organization and the applicable cost, we can now see the dashboard and we can dive into the head office, for instance, look at logistics, and then see the cost per service. So the fact that we've created the different organizations, allocated cost to those organizations enables us to create dashboards. Now, let's assume that this organization has opened up a new subsidiary. We add a new organization, and actually it's a subsidiary in Ireland, so it's the IE subsidiary. The reference is IE. We save it. So now we've created a new subsidiary for Ireland. Now let's add some cost centers. So it's the IE HR department, HR. It's the IE sales, and the reference is sales. So we've created the Irish subsidiary, added two cost centers, and now we're going to allocate costs to those cost centers. So we select the specific cost center and then assign tags that relate to costs. So let's open up the edit screen. Here we have the different clouds that we've connected to this environment. So we've got Azure, AWS, Google, and Oracle. Let's select the available tags and open up one of the clouds. So here I want to allocate these resources, which are the correct resources, literally. So I can now allocate these costs to the Irish HR department, and I can set a weight. So I can do 100%, but I can also choose 50%. So let's do 50%. I save it. And now it will be allocated to the Irish HR department. Now, let's do another one. Let's do 100%. I can also do cross cloud. So here we have another one in the Azure cloud. So let's do 30% there. So now I've allocated cost from both AWS and Azure to the Irish HR department. Let's do the same with the sales department. Assign some tags there as well. As you can see, I just use random tags, not specific, so maybe they're using Google. There's this one. Let's use this one because this one has already been allocated to UK sales with 15%. So we can only allocate 85% because there's already 15% gone, but we're going to use another 15%. So save. Then We'll also have to allocate some costs from Oracle, and we're just going to do the full 60% still available from this resource. So now we've added some resources to the sales department as well, and we go back to the subsidiary itself. So now we see that there are different tags assigned to both the different departments, and also that they are indirectly assigned to the Irish subsidiary. Now, if you use overhead allocation of cost, you can set the cross-charging percentage. So let's set a percentage. So let's say you have an overhead of 10%. So you can set it to 10%. So now all line items, all cloud costs will get a markup for your cross-charging towards departments. You can dive in very deeply and set it on a specific service if that's applicable. If a service is more expensive for you to deliver from the IT department, you can set a higher or lower percentage, what's applicable. But for now, we'll just do 10% on all line items. So cross-charging is set. Then we can do the budget alerts. We have two types of budget alert, one is the cost budget alert, so that's the actual cost from the cloud, and it's the cross-charging budget alert, which is the cost of the cloud plus the overhead percentage that you've applied. So let's do the second one. So we'll do a budget. Let's set a budget of 5,000 euros. Then we set an alarm. We'll set it at 80%. Now we configure the email addresses that need to be notified. So I'll just send one to me. I'm gonna save it. Let's click away a few of these. You can add multiple alerts. So let's do another one at 120%. And if that one is triggered, and we actually want to have an email to the CFO at cfex.com. So I've got two alerts set up now. As you can see, I can add extra email addresses to the different alerts. So I can have multiple people notified for the same alert. And I can add more alerts at will. So we've set budget alerts. Now we can view the CView, which shows you the allocation of cost applied to this organization. So it's the Irish subsidiary. Got two cost centers. And here you can see, as you can see, the Google demo collector, and then the organization that's been allocated to it, the resource group, and then the different descriptions. So you can drill in to the quantity, all the way down to the quantity. Now, if you went through this and you say, yeah, this is the correct allocation of cost, you can now share this view of the data with the applicable manager of the Irish subsidiary. So manager IE, email is ie@cfex.com. So we have now shared the view of the data configured by us with the applicable manager of the Irish subsidiary. Now that manager will get an invite via email to access the data in the CFex application, and he or she will see the data, including the configuration and allocation of cost per department. So we've set up basically a dashboard for that specific manager with the costs related to the departments that he or she manages. Now you can also add some contact details if you're a larger organization and you're in need of that. That's something that you can do as well. But what we've done now is that we've added the Irish subsidiary to my organizations. And that means if we go back to the organizations overview, we now also have the Irish subsidiary in it and the different departments that apply to the Irish subsidiary. So it's very easy to add um, subsidiaries or cost centers and allocate costs to those cost centers and then have it visualized in the CFAX application. Thank you very much for watching this tutorial, and I hope to see you in the next tutorial.